Hello and welcome everybody to this playthrough of Fell Seal, Arbiter's Mark, with your host as always, Mah-Dry-Bread. I've been very excited to play this game. It's a new game that just came out. If you may recognize me if you're just browsing YouTube, if you're looking for strategy RPGs, turn-based, tile-based RPGs of that kind, chat's ripping on me, I'll explain why in a second. It's because I did Final Fantasy Tactics, and that playthrough did quite well. And I did Tactics A2, and I did Tactics Ogre, Knights of Lotus, and I want to do Let's Cling Together at some point. We have a special guest of one of the developers of the game in the chat right now, which is quite cool. This game is very Final Fantasy Tactics. I've played a couple hours of it so far, and I absolutely love it. We'll be naming all the characters, except for the main characters who you can't rename, after people live in the chat. This whole thing will be streamed on Twitch TV, of course, where you can find the link in the description for that. I won't be reading all the dialogue out loud. You can read it if you'd like to, but I will be reading it silently to myself because I'm quite interested in the plot. And this is the second time that I've done the intro because I forgot I still had my pre-stream logo up and the chat didn't tell me till the end of the intro. Thank you, everybody. New game. All right, we'll do veteran difficulty because that's just default to everything. And also, a cool thing is you can change these difficulty things permanent. Jesus, you can change these in game, in between fights, I guess you'd call it, in between skirmishes. So yeah, you can not adaptive difficulty, changeable difficulty. There's a word for that. I forget what it is. Thank you for following Rapid Elixir. Welcome to the flock. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
In the dark days of centuries past, an otherworldly beast known as the Mah appeared in Tiora, leaving ruin in its wake. In this time of need, 7 great heroes rose against the threat. The battle was fierce, but the heroes prevailed, and the beast was vanquished. In slaying the beast, the heroes gained the power of immortality. They formed the Council of Immortals to rule over the land and enforce order to prevent such a catastrophe from ever happening again. But powerful as the Immortals may be, they are few. Thus, they created the Order of Arbiters to enforce their will and protect the land. As agents of the Immortals, Arbiters wield absolute authority. They are judge, jury, and executioner. But in time,
I can't hear that without laughing.
Has grown complacent and corrupted. Could a threat as dire as the ancient beast itself be looming over Tiora?
That was a bit quieter than I thought it was going to be. I'm gonna boost the volume of that on YouTube a little. I'm also gonna boost it live for you guys right now. Sorry, it's just the game is apparently way quieter than the main menu, which is always annoying. And someone asked earlier, how rough is this game on my computer? It's like I don't even have a game open. It's so easy on my computer. Game has full controller support, by the way. It feels pretty good. It even understands that I'm using an Xbox, or sorry, a PlayStation controller, and it correctly identifies and gives me not Xbox prompts. Thanks for following, Hobbit. I love the look of that guy. The one who just got murdered, that is. I love the brass balls of someone who kills somebody in the streets And immediately upon killing a guy in the streets and getting caught, he's just like, oh, I guess we'll kill you too. You get over here, witnesses. All right, so you've probably seen this kind of system before. You know, you dispatch your people in the glowing tiles at the beginning. I believe we're only allowed to dispatch one person for this. Yes. It says 2 units of 3 placed in the top left there. So we get to pick one person to place. We can place Lana or Virgil, who we will be renaming after people in the chat later. One's a wizard, one is a mender. It's pretty much what you'd guess. Wizard is your kind of black mage type person. Mender is your white mage type person. For the sake of getting the battle over with faster, I'm going to use Virgil because he uses offensive magic. Very Fire Emblem? No. Anything like Fire Emblem by chance? I mean, it's the same genre as Fire Emblem, but this is based on Final Fantasy Tactics, not Fire Emblem. All right, I think this is the part where it's basically tutorial stuff. I'll be skipping through tutorial-y dialogue. Yeah. I can explain how to play just fine for you guys. Okay. Turn order is at the top. We go from left to right. So we're using, I actually don't know how you would pronounce this name. I want to say Kyrie, but I could see it also being like one word, basically. All right, so all we need to do to win is take out Alphonse, but I would like to also take out Graf just to get more experience. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to be a little bit reckless in this fight. It's worth pointing out that although it's reasonably forgiving on people running out of health in a Final Fantasy Tactics style, and that they don't literally die, they just get knocked out of the fight, it is more harsh than Final Fantasy Tactics games tend to be in that when you get knocked out in a fight, you have an injury, and to recover from the injury, you need to sit out a whole battle, or you'll have stat debuffs. So that is, it's a bit punishing, but it's not quite like Tactics Ogre punishing where your character dies. Okay, I'm just gonna open with a regular old attack. Normally you don't want to attack from the front as much as you can help it, but they only counterattack if they have the counterattack ability, which these people don't. Is there a permadeath mode? Probably. I'm sure that Six Eye Studio in the chat there can help you with that. I really like the sound effects. There's a permadeath mode. There you go. There's also achievements on this game, by the way, for anyone who likes farming achievements. I'm the kind of guy where when I get obsessed with the game, I start caring way too much about the achievements and trying to get all of them. Like, I'm still trying to get all the achievements in Hearts of Iron 4. I'm not super far off. I've got like 2/3. All right, and again, I don't want to kill Alphonse yet. I really do want to kill the other guy too for more experience, because from what I've found, the game does incentivize going back to old stages sometimes. I don't think you have to. I don't think the game is like necessarily grindy or anything. It's just that, you know, you gotta play smart. Enemies aren't usually a whole lot weaker than you, from what I found, even at the beginning of the game. So you do need to not do stupid shit, because they're not just pushovers. Like, this battle here is really easy, but it's the first battle of the game, and we outnumber them, which is a huge advantage. Often they outnumber you. So you'll notice here, I've just been doing attack a lot because I don't really need to do anything else, but much like in the Final Fantasy Tactics games, you always have equipped 2 classes. Each class has their own set of abilities that you're able to learn. So we have Warcraft, which you get from Mercenary. It's like your basic soldier class. She also has Holy Magic, which is part of Mender. You can see in the bottom left by her portrait, it says Mercenary Mender. So that's what she has. So for Holy Magic, we could do a remove all debuff from target spell. And Warcraft, we can first aid, heal ourselves a little bit based on our mind stat, as well as remove poison, bleed, mute, cripple, sleep, some basic stat afflictions. Or Forceful Strike. Do less damage, but you knock them back one. So you can knock people into each other, you can knock people off cliffs, you can do a lot of creative things like that. So I have no reason to be doing those right now, but that is what those other menu options are. Oh, he gave up. There we go. I love video game logic of you can slam an axe into this guy's forehead 4 times and he's like, enough, I healed. It's video games. Do you ever play Disgare? If that's the game I'm thinking of, yes. But I don't know. I might not be thinking of it. Short sword, I got out of that. Nice. I'll have to check to see if that's better than the axe, because I'm pretty confident the short sword is also one-handed like the axe. Yay, Reiner! Which I can't say without thinking of Jim Reiner. Delita? I have no idea who that is, sorry. Yeah, what is he Lord of exactly? He's just a nobleman? Is he like a patrician? So Reiner there is our default scoundrel, which is like a thief character. His moves are very similar to a thief in Final Fantasy Tactics. But because the item system works differently in this game, I'd actually find him more useful than a thief typically is. I mean, thieves are ridiculous at super high levels in Final Fantasy Tactics, but they get OP at that point, whereas I don't think they get OP in this one. What classes are there? I actually haven't Googled all the classes because I want to leave it as a mystery to learn, because that's one of the most exciting things about these games to me. I'll show you how the class system works in a minute, actually, because we're going to be going to the world map in not too long. All right, so we need to go north. Have to go through an encounter there, as you can see. Before I do, though, I'll stop at the local guild here, hire more hands for the road. Extra recruit go a long way. Yeah, I believe we can get one more, because in most fights, it's you bring 6 people in. We only have a crew of 5 right now. So, I can show you the class change menu. So, you can see here, there's this wheel of classes, right? So this is how classes work. Graphics are super cute. I know, right? It's great. So, there's this wheel of characters, and some of them are blanked out. This will seem very familiar to you if you've played the Final Fantasy Tactics series, where the requirements to switch to a new class is to have enough of another base class. So for instance, this one says, we don't know what it is, but it requires 4 Scoundrel, as you can see at the very top there. So you require 4 abilities in Scoundrel to unlock that. This one is 3 in Mercenary. This is 3 Scoundrel, 3 Wizard. This is 3 Scoundrel, 3 Mender. And then base classes of Mender, Scoundrel, and Mercenary, you can always be. They're base classes. So, on top of that, and this is where the really great mystery comes in, I'll spoil the most obvious one for you. Mercenary 3 here, if you have 3 abilities in Mercenary, then you can become a Knight. It's exactly what you'd think it is. It's a very tanky frontline melee fighter. After you unlock Knight, though, everything that requires Knight as a requirement to get to then appears on the wheel as a silhouette like this, so it expands outwards and outwards. This is not every class in the game. This is actually probably quite a small amount of the classes in the game. You can also see in the top right, and this is a useful statistic that I don't believe you normally see in these games, the top right says growth. This is how many stat points you'll get in each stat as you level up as that class. Very, very helpful because that gives you an idea of if you want to build your characters with certain stats in mind. Maybe you want to level as a certain character just to get, say, your health up really high, and then switch to something with class abilities that you like more or think would be more beneficial. So, that is very exciting. I have not spoiled myself on most of the classes. I've seen a few classes that you can unlock early now, and they're very cool. Kyrie is a pre-promote. If you're talking pre-promote as in like, so there's no such thing as a pre-promote in this game. That's not really how the system works. Top right is blocked by oh yeah, you don't see growth. Okay, it's a very minor thing to not see. Don't worry about it. It's just a little list of the stats and the growth. Yeah, this isn't like Fire Emblem style where it's like, what's an example of that? Warrior becomes Brigadier? I don't remember. Depends on the game. Whatever. Doesn't matter. You get what I mean. Anyway. So, I tend to like... So, Kyrie seems to be the main character. And I'm a big fan in these games of having the main character be very tanky. It's probably just habit because in some of the games in the Tactics series, if your main character dies, it's game over, so you want them to be really tanky. Thanks for following the big oomph. Welcome to the flock. Hope you enjoy the stream. So it's probably just habit that I like them being tanky, but I tend to like my main character to be like kind of like a paladin. So I like the idea of Kyrie being a mercenary and a mender. I think I want her to keep leveling up mercenary and then later work her way to knight, probably. Be really tanky. Her dying doesn't, as far as I know, by the way, her dying in a fight doesn't game over the game or anything. In fact, I think she's like immune to injury or something. There was something in one of the early stages that tells you about that. Anyway, when you master a class, you get a bonus next to the star permanently. That's awesome. So, you can see she has a little up arrow on her. That means that she can learn an ability. So she has enough AP ability points from battle that she can level up Mercenary. So she has Forceful Strike. You have that by default just by having the class available. She's learned First Aid, and we have enough points to buy either Mind Strike or Power Strike. These are both, you deal a 20% less damage than you normally would, but you debuff either their attack or their mind. I'm more of a fan of Power Strike in general. So I'm going to go with Power Strike. Also, I really want to get both Counterattack and Health Expert. These are just really strong abilities in general. Counterattack is a reactionary ability you can put on your character, where anytime you've taken... someone has attacked you and they're adjacent to you, you'll hit them back, do some damage. That's really good both as a deterrent and just in general for dealing damage when it's not your turn. Health Expert, increase the max base health by 25%. That's a must-have for any tanky character right there. And it's easy to die in this game, so health is really important. I think I'm going to have... Anadine, I think is how you pronounce that. I think I'm going to have her be fairly tanky as well, but I'll probably take her in a bit of a different direction so I don't have two characters that are too similar. She starts off with like no levels in anything because she's a rookie Arbiter. First Aid, I'll probably get her to at least Counterattack before I really start to figure out what I want to do with her. So we'll get First Aid on her. We don't need to set that ability or anything. She's already got it there. However, we can set either Trickery or Holy Magic, because she'll have the base level of those. So I could either take the debuff, or sorry, the debuff removing spell, or steal GP, which is you deal a bit of damage and you steal some gold, which is nice because normally you wouldn't steal gold in a lot of games while doing that, which steal GP is not worth it unless you're taking health as well. Man, you're pumped for this game? You can just go buy it right now. It's on Steam. It's a full release. I'm gonna go Holy Magic on that. I don't think I need the money that desperately. Reiner has nothing set as his second thing, so I'm going to keep him as a Scoundrel for probably quite a long time. I want a lot of Scoundrel out of Reiner, because Scoundrel tree looks really good to me. I'm going to give him Warcraft on the side, so he's got Powerful Strike and Field Aid, or Field Aid, sorry, not First Aid. Those both would probably be helpful for him. And Virgil, to be a wizard, you need to have a little bit of Mender, so I know for sure that he has a little bit of Holy Magic there. He has enough for the heal spell, so I'm definitely going to have that on him. The more healing, the better. On Lana, we are going to go ahead and give her Elementalism, which is the water and the fire spell, because she also has Wizard available because of her Mender skill. So that way both of them can cast both kinds of baseline magic, for now at least. Gives me a little bit more leeway with what I do here, which I like. Are you going to make this thing weekly too? Oh, I'm probably going to be doing this more than a weekly. I get obsessed with games like this. Like, I'm also streaming it tomorrow, and then maybe Thursday, and maybe Friday, and maybe everything. Is this for console too? Yes, it is. I don't think it's on Switch, though. We have a dev in the chat. I'm sure they can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's for Switch, which is a shame because I think people would like it on Switch, but for all I know, it's a bitch to develop on Switch. I don't know. Okay, so this is something that I was wondering. This game was kickstarted, right? 6i Studio in the chat. Is that a Kickstarter backer's face? Because I've seen 2 shopkeep faces so far, and they looked a bit too real to the point that I wonder if they're Kickstarter backers. It's not on Switch, but it's something we're looking at for the future. I hope you do that someday, because I really do think that there's a good audience for this on the Switch, but I haven't researched it, so I don't want to go assuming on that. I am more than happy, though, to Kickstarter. It was Kickstarted, and the shopkeepers are almost all backstars. Fucking called it. I am more than happy, though, if you ever want to email me again to help teach you the wonderful ways of how... Oh, Jesus, look at all those classes at the bottom. Hold on, how many is that? I wish I had a mouse to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 classes. Jesus. And before you guys make fun of me, by the way, for not just multiplying, I do have... Why am I blanking on the name now? Jesus Christ, I look like an idiot. I am, but... Aphantasia, I can't picture things in my head. That also makes recalling things like that difficult. So if you were gonna make fun of me there, then wow, you're now ableist. I now have legal right to be shitty to you online. All right, I'm gonna buy a crossbow right off the bat. I don't think I need anything else here, really. I keep saying that the item system in this game is really interesting, by the way. They explain why in the next map, but I guess I could just say it now. Items work differently in this. Items like, say, a potion, like a healing potion, you replenish back up to your maximum number every single battle. So go heavy on items if you want to. You don't have many of them, but every battle they replenish on their own. So there you go. All right. I just bought a crossbow. I believe scoundrels can use crossbows, can't they? Hidden. So he's got a hidden knife by default, which does increase speed and evasion, which I actually think is quite cool. However, I could switch him to a crossbow, and that would give him range, and I really want a range guy super early. So I hate giving up that extra damage, but I want range, especially because there's a lot of, much like in Final Fantasy Tactics, if you have a guy who has like a bunch of knight abilities and then you switch him to a gun class, a lot of those abilities that he used to have to be in melee range for, he can now do ranged, which is amazing. What were you saying about Kickstarter? Oh, I was saying that a lot of the shopkeep's faces are clearly Kickstarter backers, and I guessed it, and then the devs confirmed it. So I'm really cool and smart and handsome. All right, everybody, I'm gonna hire another person and I'm gonna start naming people. Okay, we're gonna hire some. So this is really fascinating. This is the character hiring system for this game. Jesus, this default guy looks like an idiot because they're randomized at first. So what you do is you pick how much money you want to pay based on what level you want them to start at, and I believe they're capped by whatever the highest level on your team is, so 2 at this point. I'll hire at level 2, I'm fine with that. Now, all you're doing is you're hiring someone. You can pick their starting class amongst anything that you have unlocked that doesn't affect the pay of it, but they're not going to start with any abilities in anything. Oh, I can actually pick to start with a knight. I'm surprised. Okay. Oh, right, because I did just get enough abilities to unlock Knight. Okay. I want to start that person on Scoundrel because I think I want to make them like an archer and you need some Scoundrel for that. And now you can just start editing everything if you want to edit how they look. You can just hit randomize a bunch of times if you want them to look like a complete idiot. But I like them to not look like a complete idiot. So here's one thing that I really like. Portrait is conflicting though. You can change portraits, but you're never going to get a portrait that looks perfect, obviously. But I don't find it a big deal. So here's something very cool. You get to pick whether or not they wear class outfit. So I could put class outfit on and they will change their hat and their outfit based on whatever class they are. And you can mix and match and you can change things later. This is great because if you have a character in mind and you don't want them to look like a class you changed to that you're not into, you can manipulate that. They don't have to look like that, you know? For this one, I think I will keep class outfit on for this first person. We'll see how it turns out. Let's just give them normal hair color. I think in the future, I'll probably just randomize a shitload and we'll land on one that we like that doesn't look too insanely stupid. So we'll just do... Ooh, I like that red. That's pretty nice. And let's do... hat color. We'll just do a red on that as well so it matches. There we go. Let's do a portrait. That doesn't look horrifically far off. There's a lot of faces here, by the way, that you can go through. Again, it's never going to be perfect. I like that one, actually. Let's give that guy facial hair that kind of matches. There we go. There we go. I like that. We're gonna go with that, I think. Can we have hair that pokes out from under? That's longer? Yeah. There we go. That fits better. I like that. Oh, thanks for the resub there. Now is the fun part where I get to... Can I just do this with keyboard? Hey, first name I see in the chat is David Corperial. You're in the game. You're a scoundrel. I always knew it. All right, we've hired you. We're also going to change the appearance. We cannot change the appearance of story characters, so we're going to do Virgil. So our new wizard will be Sly. Here we go. And our mender will now be called... I can see in the corner of my eye the chat going crazy wanting to get in. Marinery. You guys don't know how much fun I have with whipping my head over and then picking a name. You guys have no idea. I'm gonna get so addicted to this game. I love it. Do I want... Are they set to class? Where? No, they're not. Do I want to change that? I might. I'm gonna set them to class outfit for in the future. Ooh, that robe doesn't look as nice, actually. I kind of like that one more. What's the class hat? Okay, he is wearing the class hat just by happenstance. By hatpinstance. I kind of like him with no hat, though. We're gonna do that. I can dig it. And what about with marinery? Let's do class outfit. Class hat. Sure. And again, if we end up changing to a class where we don't like how it looks, you can change it for free at any town. It's my birthday. Do I get a name of the game? Can I ask you to... All right, it is your birthday today. I remember you telling me that before. Happy birthday. Genuinely, if I had remembered that before, I would have put you in. All right. That's all of our little things we had to do there. Let's save. And we'll just save over my test file, because I don't mind. There. If anything, it disincentivizes me from playing off stream and fucking burning myself out playing it non-stop, not on the show. All right, everybody, let's run over to the crossroads. You know, I'm dumb and I skipped through the dialogue too fast when I was originally playing this because I just wanted to like get into the gameplay really fast to see if it's good for the show. And I didn't realize that I could hire somebody in the first town before I left, so I actually had to do this upcoming fight with only 5 people rather than 6. It wasn't super hard, but I did have an injury. Everybody say happy birthday. I have to ask. 6i Studio in there. This lord, or this nobleman, being called Alphonse, I believe he was called, Lord Alphonse. I could be misremembering his name already because I'm an idiot. Is that in any way because of the default name for the hero from Tactics Ogre Knights of Lotus? Because I do believe that was his default name as well. But it's also entirely possible that is coincidental because Alphonse is just a good snooty guy name. I like the pink stubble and ponytail on that one mercenary. Unrelated. Okay. You like how none of the generic enemies have heights? I believe actually, didn't Fire Emblem do that as well? Some of the Fire Emblem games, at least. You know what's a small detail that I like? Often when a character's dialogue is done, or at least that they're transitioning like a sentence or a statement and there's a pause, rather than fading, the text box drops down and comes back up. I kind of like that. That's a weird dog. It is a weird dog. Is there a height mechanic in this game? Differences in elevation do matter. But if you mean height as in like the height of the individuals, then I don't think so. So these dogs here, if I remember correctly, the way they work, when you first deal damage to them, they have their spines come out, they're like their spikes, and from then on when you deal damage to them, they'll deal a little bit of damage back. It's not too bad, but it's enough that you need to be wary. Alright. Sly can go there. Marinery there. David Corporeal here. And I'm fine with that. You know what, I should have given the crossbow to... let's switch these around. It'd make more sense if I give the hidden knife. Oh, did it default to David Corporeal because I forgot to equip him because I'm an idiot? Probably. Yep. We will do... Forgot I can just use R1 and L1 to switch through this faster. Hidden knife, and David gets the crossbow. There we go, because I want to make him an archer at some point anyway. There we go. And that makes more sense because he's in the back anyway. All right, first real battle. I'm gonna die, I'm calling it now. So yeah, if people run out of health in a fight, then they're knocked out of the fight unless you use a revive on them of some kind. And they come out of the fight with an injury. Even if they die and get revived during the fight and are healthy the rest of the fight, they are still ending the fight with an injury. All right, what is the, give me free navigation here. These guys move 4, yep. And 4, the dogs are 4, okay. So if I hit show all movement there, a triangle, which is very helpful. Okay. So they can hit here and here and here, okay. So don't get closer than this right now. Okay. I'm happy with that. I like the song in this level as well. Okay, not within crossbow range yet. It's quite short range. An archer who's nearsighted, interesting. Give you a quick refresher on items. Right. I already explained how that works before. But as you can see there, yeah. They're shared across the whole team, and they're automatically refilled after a battle. What are those animals? Big scary dogs. I actually don't know the name of them. They are Vangals. Vangals? I like this song. All right, I don't think I'm within range here. No, because I would hit my own people's collateral. I don't have smart casting yet. Damn. If I wanted to, I could throw a rock at him. I do have one rock. Not in range. The rock can be kind of a nice thing for just finishing someone off who has really low health, if they're a little bit out of your range. Ah, yes, the trapdoor. Reinforcements come out of the trapdoor if you wait too long, unless you're standing on it. Then they can't open it and they give up and evaporate. Big dogs, something something Roman Reigns. It's the big dog. All right, I'm very tempted to just walk behind him and stab him in the spine. Although I'll get mauled by a dog, and he'll probably attack me, I think I'm actually just gonna walk right here, where I'm a little bit less in the open. I'm gonna dirty hit. 20% less damage. However, I have a chance of blinding him, which will drastically reduce his accuracy for a few turns. Damn, didn't blind him. Yeah, I'm gonna face there. I just don't want my back exposed. I'm gonna stay here. Can I? Okay, I can. Yeah, I can't steal unless I'm at melee range, obviously. I forgot to actually give him another ability. I should have given him Mercenary. Not a huge deal. Yeah, not gonna be dealing much damage with that yet. Just this dinky little crossbow. It's like a hand crossbow. I really want to focus fire on this guy and just start getting a numbers advantage built up. So I'm gonna do a forceful strike here. So it does 15% less damage. However, it'll bump him into, or bump her rather, into this dog, and they'll both get hurt. There we go. And that person will walk behind me if I don't do this, and they're gonna act pretty soon. So I'm gonna do that. How can you blind someone without eyes? A very good question. Checkmate, developers. Do they have any elemental issues? They're weak against fire. Okay. I will use fire. And I'll keep my back to this post. All right, they both have their thorns out now. All right. See, the AI is kind of smart. They need to do a forceful strike there. Even early in the game, they know abilities they should be using. See, that's a good thing to know there, by the way. Field aid can be used on people aside from just yourself, whereas typically in these games, the first aid, field aid type thing can only be used on yourself. Feel bad for burning the puppies. They're assholes. You can tell because they have teeth that are way longer at the bottom coming up. Only villains have that, and orcs are the good guys. They're the one exception. All right, let's just cudgel. Oh, we crit. The number was extra big. I think I did 15% more damage there. Oh, they're in a perfect position to just set them ablaze again. God, I wish I had smart casting. Smart casting makes it so your area of effect healing doesn't heal the enemy and damage doesn't damage your allies. I could do that and hit so many of them. I hate to really expose Sly like this, but I'm not passing up this opportunity to do some serious damage to those dogs. There we go. One dog is already severely hurt, and they're using their thorns to do a little damage back. It's not bad. His back is to a solid thing, so no one can get behind him. He's gonna get beaten up here. You might get an injury out of this fight, but we'll see. Okay, I don't like how low Kyrie's health is getting. We can finish this right here. There's no reason not to. In fact, if we're gonna finish him anyway, we may as well steal Gil while we do it. Miss? We had we had such high percent chance to hit. All right. Crossbows are nice. Nice to have a ranged weapon. Good experience gain on that, too. Alright, our healer acts next, and no one else severely needs the healing, so I'm gonna keep fighting. I actually don't care if my healer gets... Oh, my healer is more hurt than I thought. Would I be able to score a kill doing this? Probably not. No. I'm just gonna play safe. Just do a little damage where we can. There's a lot of ways to play the game, yes. Weapons have certain qualities, yes. Some have abilities and whatnot. Okay, I'm gonna drop a heal right there. Pretty much just helped keep Kyrie's health on par with that. Ooh, that short sword didn't do much damage. I forgot to actually check how good my short sword is. Can I kill the dog here before it gets to act? Because it's gonna act soon. Yeah, as long as this hits with 99% chance hit there. And then, I can just set it on fire to finish it. I'll just immolate a dog. There we go. And we got an ingredient, which I think is a crafting thing that I don't have yet. Oh, I got an achievement. What is that achievement? Animal Control Officer. Defeat a unit with an elemental weakness. That's my second achievement. First one I got, which wasn't on stream, was change class at least once. And hear voices coming from down below. Yeah, we gotta block the trapdoor. So you'll see that on the top bar there, there's a clock with an exclamation point. That is the turn that someone would come out of the trapdoor. Might want to use more forceful strike and shove people into walls too for bonus damage. That is true. I just didn't get good opportunities there. I did it once at the beginning of the fight, but a lot of my opportunities were to shove people into my own people, and I don't have the healing to get away with it. That said, I probably missed a decent opportunity or two. Did you just survive with 1 health? God damn it. There we go. Snakebite oil. Alright, we just need to rush and finish off these people. Oh, did they get a reinforcement? I don't remember there being 2 up there. I must have missed another one coming out or something. Oh, no, never mind. Can't be new. They don't have full health. I'm just unattentive, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna stand on it for safety. Ooh, right, I don't have a heal spell. I could first aid. Actually, I could power strike, which would probably be a smart idea. I wonder how much it lowers. Edge of the map. I believe it does count as a block, yes, since you can't displace them. Interesting. Is that a wall right there? No, it is not. I'm gonna play it really safe and just heal myself with a field aid. It's not gonna be much, but I'll take what I can get. Hey! I leveled. Who else really needs the healing? Who's gonna be up there? It's actually kind of the Mender who needs it. How much it lowers? Should tell you on the tooltip if you check. 25%. Got it. That's pretty good. I'm actually gonna heal Kyrie, because they can't reach me this turn anyway, and I get the feeling I'm gonna wipe them out in the whole next round, basically. Ooh, that wasn't a very strong crit. I love how the enemies can level up. I'm guessing at some point I can probably learn how to recruit them or something. I probably shouldn't have made one of my guys red because he really looks like an enemy as a result. Just thought it looks good, you know? Oh god, I'm an idiot. I just set my own person on fire because I was literally just saying red makes them look like an enemy. That was so stupid of me, sorry. I was literally just saying, I gotta change his color. I definitely am gonna change his color, because I'm gonna do that again if I don't. Ah, I stole your money to death. Sorry, David. Wow, that hurt. All right. This'll just be an execution. No injuries. We're good. Mah-Dry-Bread. Bankruptcy is lethal. Oh, we got a heavy crossbow. Nice, we have a better crossbow. It's probably two-handed, I'd assume. I love the animation on that little gecko on the wall. Doesn't even need to be there. No one would care if it wasn't there, and yet having it there adds so much personality. I like it. Do they heal after battle? Yes. Injuries, however, you need to sit out a battle to heal an injury. I will say the Arbiters, the name Arbiters, that doesn't sound like good guys to me. Oh, we have optional dialogue we can do here. I'm gonna be doing all the optional dialogue that I notice. I think those are fun.